G'day and welcome. Before we kick off for the rest of our journey, the next part of our journey, I just want to quickly have a quick little mod talk. Just sort of explaining a few things that I've changed and a few new things that you're going to see. First and foremost, the biggest change I've made is you can probably remember me complaining a bit about the huge gap there was in between how much I can sell something for to how much I can buy the exact same item. With some things there was a markup of like over 300, 400%, which I thought was a bit BS. I'd sell something for 4 crowns, and then if it was an accident and I had to buy it back, it would be like 185 crowns to buy back, which I thought was complete BS, that something could be bought for so little and sold for so much. So I've actually gone and found a mod that changes exactly that. Now I didn't search very hard, so I sort of I'm checking this one out at the moment. I'll see if there's any others and give them a run. But yeah, Trademan. And what this does is it allows me to change how much the percentage of how much money a trader has to sell with, how long it takes in days for this trader to get their money back, the value of their goods, and then the percentage value of my goods. Now you can't put this all the way down to 0 and then crank this all the way up to 100, I think it goes to, because this value is set by the base value of this. So the more expensive something is and the higher this is, so if you have this set all the way up and then this set all the way up, they're going to be really expensive. But then the things you can sell to them, you're going to be able to sell to them for a much larger amount. Now at the moment I've got it set to, I would like it on 100. Might just take it to 107. And I think the base value is 16? 13 to 16, somewhere like that. And then, yeah, so I've just upped it a little bit to 30, so we'll go check it out. We'll talk to Kira here, because she had a potion that was sitting at about 1,000 crowns, I believe it was.
Geralt, just...
What are you doing? I'd like to buy something. Yes.
She did.
Very much so.
So, 1,070. That's because I can't seem to get it back to 100. I was playing with it earlier. I can't seem to get it back to 100. So, yeah, 107% everything's going to be times by. Now, Razor Grain, I can sell for 4, as opposed to what it was before, which was 1. And I can buy it for 16, so it's still a pretty big gap, but I feel that that's a bit fairer. So they're getting an additional 12 crowns, on top of what I'm selling it for. So that seems a bit more fairer to me. So if I sell a bunch of it and then realise I need to buy some back, it's only a 12 crown difference, which, yeah, I think is a bit fairer. So opals, 132. I can now sell it for 36. So that's still a bit of a in-your-face sort of thing. It's still pretty expensive compared to what I can sell it for. But like I said, I can increase the value of my goods by going into the Trademan option. The reason why I like this is because I can change it in-game. So I can go in-game, I can tweak it to what I want it at, and then leave it and be done with it. Whereas with some other mods, you've got to tweak it out of game, so you're constantly going in, out, until you get what you want. Now this is 40% to their sale value. So that means 40% of what they're selling it for, I should be able to sell it for, which means they should make, when they sell something to me, they should make a 60% or 67% profit. So we'll just test that out. Kira, get back here. This one.
The old witch who lived here left you a bunch of interesting sundries.
She did.
Very much.
Okay, so this potion still the same. Bison grass still at 16. Now mine's at 6. What was the still at 132. Now mine's valued at 53. So that's a bit more of a fairer trade-off, I feel. It's like take mistletoe for example. Where was it? Where is it? Do I even have any of it? Yes, I do. 6. To buy it's 5 each. Now before I could only sell this for 1, I believe it was. All this stuff was only valued at 1. But yeah, now I can sell it for 2. Buy it back for 5, which I feel is a bit of a fairer price. Yeah, so I think I'll leave it at those settings. I am dropping down the difficulty level because I just seem to be dying too much and it's taking too long to get through the storyline. So I will be dropping down the difficulty of the game from Death March to Blood and Broken Bone, I believe it is. Just the next step under from Death March. Just so the story goes a little bit faster, and yeah. I will still continue to play my personal play on Death March, because I'm quite enjoying the difficulty. But just for video's sake and time's sake, I'll drop it down to the level below. Now, the other mod I've downloaded and installed is before I had a mod that gave me all quest markers on my map, which I found was really useful, but something that bugged me is I couldn't just go, oh yeah, that's the one we want to do, and then click on the mod. I've gone back to Nexus Mod, to the same person who made the mod that I had before, except for I had the light version. I've downloaded and installed the full version, so right now I am on this one, Contract, Jenny of the Woods. So we'll go to our journal, Contract, Jenny of the Woods. It's marked. Let's say I'm wandering along. Oh, wait, no. Is there anything else I can do? Okay, I'm doing Jenny of the Woods. Oh, but I'd like to get this scavenger hunt for the Witcher School gear before I do Jenny of the Woods. Okay, well, bang, done. Go to your journal, it's already clicked on, highlighted, everything's done. There's no going around and going, okay, well, I'm closer to this one than I am that one, so I'll do this one first. What's it called? A tower full of magic. Okay, so go into the journal and then no, it's not in that. Is it in secondary? No, it's not in that. Is it in Witcher? Wait, did I seriously just go? I did too. See, that's the other thing. It means that you don't have to worry about missing it. So, yeah, and then double clicking and then going back to your map to then plan your route and all that. You can just go, boop, done. And I'm going to take this route. So that's the other mod that I've downloaded, and I think that it's pretty good. Now there is another version of this where you can do custom markers. I can't do that on this one. There's I can't remember what it's called, but there's 3 versions. There's the light, there's the full, and then there's another version which allows you to make all these custom markers and stuff for it. So the mod will be linked in the description below, so you might want to check it out if this is something that you're interested in. As well as, what was the other one that the other one that I've got is to do with my oils. So as you can see, they're still labelled. My potions are still labelled. My bombs are still labelled to make it easier for me to find them. But I've downloaded this mod that increases the charges. So it's gone from 20 to 150. I would like to have found something that just changes it from the stock 20 to say 60. I think would have been nicer. And then as you upgrade the oils, it goes from 60 to say 70. Then when you get to the best oil, it's at like 80 or 90 charges, sorry. But I think now that I've dropped the level, I'll run it for a little while, see how it goes, but I think now that I've dropped the level, I might actually get rid of this mod, because in Death March, I'd fight 3 ghouls, and my 20 charges would be done by mid-fight. Or with Beast Oil, Hangman's Venom, I'd get into a fight with a bunch of guys and it would be gone before the fight was even halfway through. And then I'd have to stop, either A, go through the rest of it, or B, stop, go into inventory, reapply it, which is just a royal pain and seriously breaks immersion. So I've, done that. But like I said, now that I've dropped the level, I think I might get rid of this mod because 20 charges would be enough for your basic fights. And the other one that I've done is I have to quickly run to town for this one, but essentially what it does is it changes how long my gear improvements last for. So we'll get into town and I'll show you. Okay, here we are in the village. So pretty much you'd use this, it lasts for a minute or two, whatever the time is, 30 seconds, whatever. I think it's like a minute or 2 minutes. Barely enough time to run off, do whatever mission you got to do, and then you got to come all the way back if you want the enhancements again. So they kind of, with that time scale, unless you know you're immediately going to get into a fight, 30 seconds or after, then they're kind of useless. Whereas this mod, as you can see, it's not going down. It makes getting these things more useful, or actually useful. Now, the one that I've got on lasts for about 90 minutes or 93 minutes, which is one in-game day, I believe it is. Or it's meant to last for one in-game day. There is another one which I'm thinking about getting, which drops it down to half a day. But the only problem I've found with this mod is that if you meditate, even though it lasts for a full in-game day, if I meditate for 1 hour, my weapon enhancements are gone. Now I don't know if that happens for scripted meditations, like when it happens inside a cutscene or something like that. But yeah, as far as I can tell, that's the only real downfall about this mod, is it lasts for in-game full day, but once you meditate, even if it's only for an hour, you've lost it. But yeah, apart from that, I'm gonna keep it, run it, see how it goes, see if it's useful. But I feel that's already made the enhanced weapon enhancements like that pretty useful. Yeah, you might have noticed the picture is a bit clearer, not as dirty. That's because I've installed a mod called No Dirty Lens. Again, the link to all these mods will be in the description below, so if you'd like to check them out, just click on the link. If you want me to go into real depth with any of these mods, just let me know and I'll see what I can do. If you have any issues installing any of them or anything like that, which you will have issues with the mod that changes the charges and the mod that labels them. Now, if you have, I think it's either The Witcher Script Merger or it's just called Witcher Script Merger. Either way, you can download it from Nexus. You should be able to resolve that relatively quickly and with ease. If you're having difficulty with it, then just throw me a message. I'll make a video on how to install it. I believe that is everything. I would like to touch on one last thing, and that is Trademan. Now that I've dropped the difficulty level, I'm thinking about dropping this down a bit more, because I have a feeling that it's not going to be so difficult to come across money and food and stuff like that now that I've dropped it down one level. But I'll play it for a couple of episodes at these settings, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. If I find it too easy now, I will do something to like ditch a bunch of my money and like buy a bunch of runes or something like that, and start with a lower sale rate, or maybe even just lower the sale rate a little bit and increase the purchase cost. There we go, that's what I could do to get rid of my money. Increase the purchase cost, come back here, buy a couple of those potions. But yeah, that's it for the mod talk. Sorry it's taken so long to get all this out of the way. I just wanted to show you everything so you know exactly what's going on and what settings I have everything on. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.